What's up with y'all? We back with another video. As y'all see, it's Family TV. Um, this one is about a girl, 21-year-old woman, wanted for triple homicide. So yeah, this is gonna be crazy. Let's just get into this video.
Nobody wins when the family feels.
Investigators still working a triple homicide that happened in an East Macon neighborhood over the weekend.
2 guns found on the scene and 2 brothers are dead. A 16-year-old also died Saturday night around 11 on East William Street.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Maggie Fitzgerald. New tonight, neighbors in East Macon described the moment they heard dozens of gunshots ring out Saturday night. Witnesses tell us the gunfire sounded like an automatic weapon. Some say they heard 2 separate rounds of shots about an hour apart.
I thought maybe it was some firecrackers or something because it said pow, 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 pow. And I'm like, what in the world? And then about an hour or so later, he did the same thing. Pow, 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 pow. Kind of scary because them bullets ain't got no name, or they can come to anybody's apartment or anyone and shoot, kill, hurt them.
Right.
You know, it's sad.
When you get people together willing to share, the world gets awfully small. And that's when we're able to close cases and make arrests.
How, whether it be a gun buyback program, something we've got to do here in Macon to make sure we get the number of guns off the street.
District 3 Commissioner Stanley Stewart says the violence is tearing apart the community and is calling on churches and schools to take action to end the cycle. He says the threat is coming from within the community, not outside.
We got Crime Stopper signs out. We've had them out since April. This area had an issue back then. We go out to where the action is taking place, make contact, and try to do what we can to put people together.
Now imagine this, fam. You're in a small Georgia neighborhood on a quiet night. Crickets chirping, porch lights on, kids inside. Then suddenly, over 50 shots get let off. You quickly find out 3 young men end up losing their lives. And a couple days later, police say the only person tied to it as of yet is a 21-year-old woman who just graduated with honors. And all
I ain't gonna lie, what y'all thinking? Cause first thing I'm thinking is she didn't do it, she set it up. That's what I'm thinking. I don't see a girl getting her hands dirty doing 3. I don't see that. I don't see that.
across town, they talking about it. How she go from classroom excellence to cold case suspect. Not for 1 murder, not for 2, but for 3. Was she set up? Did she know too much? Or did she really have a hand in what went down that night? Well, in this video, we're going to try our best to find out. According to all public records, we're going to try to break down everything. The victims, the connection, and how one of Macon's most shocking cases might have just exploded something deeper in Bibb County. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to jump right to it. Now let's start this video off with some facts. We know victims' families are angry, and they got every right to be. But now it's gotten to the point, because of the information being shared online, that even the suspects themselves might allegedly want this young girl gone, simply because of what she knows. So now you got 2 sides of the community. Some praying she's alive, and others praying she's caught, all in the name of justice. And at 21 years old, this young woman is in what you call a lose-lose situation. And the crazy part is this: we know if she is apprehended, authorities already believe more arrests is likely to come. But before we dive into the full details of this case, who was involved, and what allegedly happened, and how investigators say this was part of a retaliation shooting, without giving too much detail, let's talk about Macon, Georgia first itself. The crime, the history, and some quick facts about the city. Now when you hear the name Macon, Georgia, most people think of a small, slow-paced southern town. But if you really know Macon, you know it's a city split in 2. One side built on history and heart, and the other side is still fighting heavy poverty, violence, and generational trauma. Located in Bibb County, Macon sits right in the middle of Georgia, not far from Atlanta. About an hour and some change away, but the difference in opportunity feels like night and day. Over the past few years, crime in Macon has risen dramatically. In 2024 alone, the county recorded more than 70 homicides, most involving young people under 25. And just like a lot of other smaller southern cities,
These young kids nowadays, just all over, is just going crazy. They got these switches now. These kids be going crazy with the switch. Honestly, though, my opinion with the switch is that shit just for show and tell. Cause like, if you really trying to get on that's like only for like close range. Cause half these kids is only shooting not shooting. They don't even know how to shoot, and like on some real shit, them switches is too much. They can't control that. Like, my honest opinion is that it's just for show, cause that ain't like what you really gonna get out on your. You just blowing, like you really ain't aiming at nothing. And if you is, once you pull that trigger, you just letting it go. Like, you not like, I don't know. These kids nowadays just wild.
Macon's biggest problem isn't just the violence itself. It's how fast retaliation spreads. One shooting turns into 2, then 3. Then you having families left with no answers. But at the same time, there's also a city full of pride, music roots, church culture, and tight-knit families who've been there for generations. So when something like this happened, especially involving a young woman who once represented the best of her community, it hits home a little different. That's why this story grabbed the entire county's attention, because it wasn't just another case of senseless violence. It was a reminder that no matter how small the town, darkness can still find its way in. So now we got that foundation laid out, fam. Let's talk about what really happened that night, who the victims were, and how investigators believe the entire situation was part of a retaliation gone wrong. Fam, meet Rakimia Henley. She only 21 years old as of today. At first, she went to Westside High School, but she found herself going off track until she transferred and decided to attend a school that wear uniform, more strict, and less distractions. And because of that, back in April of 2020, her mom went to Facebook and said the following: "I'm so proud of my baby, Rakimia Henley. Through all the pain and lost loved ones, the mishap at Westside, which almost cost her future, but God stepped in. My baby grieved, cried, and endured unimaginable pain, but she still remained humble, focused, and driven to be successful. This little girl..."
These parents be lying for these kids too. Like, they be lying. So
gave up her fashion, wearing her own clothes to school, to be at a school that wears uniform and doesn't allow them to have their phone, to be at a school with less distractions and a better leader. I thought she would give up a long time ago because she loves her threads, but instead she went harder, staying at school from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., staying on her ish, going to twilight tutoring, whatever it takes. Every time I go to her room, she's glued to that laptop on E2020, assuring her education and success. And okay, yes, for a teenager, that's considered a boring life, but I promise it's gonna pay off. But today, I just want to say this beautiful, determined-headed, strong, spoiled brat of mine that I love her, and I'm so proud of her, and she deserves every dime I spent on her. And her hard work is not going unnoticed. I see you, babe, and your priorities being in the right place at such a young age is awesome. But your hunger for success is absolutely breathtaking.
See, social media got everybody messed up. Like, I don't see what's the point of you having to go on like online and congratulate and give your daughter her flowers. Why you can't just do that? Give them to her. Like, social media got everything fucked up. Everybody got to put everything on social media, and that's what's wrong with today. Like. And then half the time, people just be capping online, like they don't even be doing or like really be having it the way they try to portray it. Like I don't get why y'all be.
One year, May of 2021, she graduated, and her local news platform has shouted her out for graduating with honors from Northeast High School. It didn't go on to say she's the daughter of Corinthia Henley and the late Jesse Henley. And then that's when I found out more about the parents' relationship and how the dad had lost his life after doing research on him. And that's when I found out that Rakimia's mom had killed her dad back in 2000.
There you go, right there. Family tree. Don't fall too far from the tree.
2009 with the kitchen knife after coming home, stabbing a man in 1999 and doing 3 years. According to an article by the Macon Post, back in 2009, it quoted that a woman who fatally stabbed her husband early Sunday morning had previously served 3 years in prison for stabbing a man in 1999, according to court records.
What the fuck?
Bibbs County Superior Court records show Corinthia Henley, then Corinthia Johnson, pled guilty November 29, 1990.
So she's just known for doing stupid, dumb shit. She just known for acting wild. Like, what's up with her?
99 to stabbing a man July 15, 1999. She was sentenced March 27, 2000 to serve 3 years in prison, followed by 7 years on probation. according
That's
to
it?
court records. She came home in 2003. By 2009, 6 years later, she was 30 years old, and she ended up stabbing 28-year-old Jesse Gerald Henley with a kitchen knife following an argument at around 5:45 a.m. It was Sunday, according to Macon police.
Hi, my name is Jim Lindsay.
Yeah.
I'm the CEO of ACC
Yeah,
Family,
yeah,
also
shit,
known as
boy.
Adult Companion Care. We know that aging can...
I'm trying
A
to
police
see what
report
happened now.
labeled the case as justifiable homicide. Corinthia Henley told officers her husband was beating her and pushed her face into a pan of grease warming on the stove when she reached for the knife. The police sergeant at the time said no charges had been filed in connection with Jesse Henley's death, and the police investigation expected to be ongoing for months, but now it's considered closed. Ultimately, the case was transferred to Bibbs County District Attorney's Office, and they was the ones to determine if charges would be filed or not, and I guess they chose not to. But as you can see, Rakimia had it rough growing up, and if my math is correct, when her mom came home the next year, she had her. And then 2 years later, she killed her dad. And since the age of 2, Rakimia has been living...
So she was in. Yeah, this girl just had an L on life from the start. It seemed like her parents wasn't. Yeah, well, her parent wasn't no good. I can't speak for the dad, but her mama on some crazy shit.
Life without her father, only her mom. Now fast forward to 2025. Just 4 years after graduating high school with honors,
Right.
Rakimia is now wanted by Bibb County for not 1 or 2, but 3 homicides, 2 brothers and a young man. 2 guns was found at the scene, a handgun and a Draco. She back on August 18th, 2025.
Hold on, wait a minute.
It was a Saturday night, and
no,
a shooting
no,
that took place on East
fuck
William
that,
Street in
fuck
Macon
that, go
and left
back.
3 people killed her dad. And since the age of 2, Rakimia has been living life without her father, only her mom. Now fast forward to 2025. Just 4 years after graduating high school with honors, Rakimia is now wanted by Bibb County for not 1 or 2, but 3 homicides, 2 brothers and a young man. 2 guns was found at the scene, a handgun and a Draco. She back on August 18th.
Now, is that Draco and the handgun theirs that they found off, or is it like what's going on? Because I need to know, because there ain't no way in hell she swung that Draco in. Nah.
2025. It was a Saturday night, and a shooting had took place on East William Street in Macon that left 3 people dead. See, according to the sheriff's office, the first call to 911 came in at around 10:30 p.m. reporting a man had been shot on William Street. The victim was identified as 27-year-old Quantarius Townsend. He was taken to a local hospital where he was later pronounced deceased. May he rest in peace and love and condolences to his family. Roughly 30 minutes later, deputies responded to another call in the 500 block of William Street and found 2 more victims. Brandon Thomas, 21, Markel Boner Jr., 16, suffering from gunshot.
She was out hunting.
Bibb County Sheriff's
What was
Office
she on?
later pronounced them dead. May they both rest in peace and love and condolences to their families as well. As mentioned
rest in
before,
peace to them.
at least 50 shell casings were recovered as investigators processed the scene throughout the night. Bibb County's coroner, Leon Jones, said 2 weapons were recovered at the scene, an AK-47 rifle and a handgun. And for weeks, they had no suspect, and police was urging the authorities to come in with clues. But throughout the barbershops, the hair salons, the schools, people was already talking, and they already knew what was up.
Streets
Check this
always
news
talk.
clip out first.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Maggie Fitzgerald. New tonight, neighbors in East Macon described the moment they heard dozens of gunshots ring out Saturday night. Witnesses tell us the gunfire sounded like an automatic weapon. Some say they heard 2 separate rounds of shots about an hour apart. Hunter King shares more after speaking with people who live nearby.
Neighbors here in East Macon off of William Street tell me that they are shocked, not by the shooting itself, but just the severity of it all. Investigators say dozens of shots rang out on Saturday night shooting that claimed the lives of 3 men. And here on Sunday afternoon, those same investigators are trying to figure out what led up to the shooting.
The Bibb County Sheriff's Office identifies the victims as 27-year-old Quantarius Townsend, 21-year-old Brandon Thomas, and 16-year-old Markel Bonner Jr. Deputies responded to the 500 block of William Street just before 11 p.m. on Saturday night. Diane Jolly lives down the road, and she heard the gunfire.
I was in bed, and I heard, I thought maybe it was some firecrackers or something, because it said, pow, 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 pow. And I'm like, what in the world? And then about an hour or so later,
I ain't gonna lie though, she She ain't by herself on that. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it real. She ain't. I don't even think she did it. I think she might have had some niggas do that. There ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
He did the
I'm
same
telling you
thing.
now.
Pop, 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 pop.
Ain't no
Jolly
way.
says the
She didn't do
neighborhood
that.
was quiet when she moved here nearly 4 years
She
ago.
involved
She
for sure.
described a
I don't
different
think she
scene
the one
now.
pulled the
It
trigger,
really
though.
is scary for me to be an older person.
Y'all
and
let me
he
know
like,
if y'all think
he
she
kind of
won't
scary
pull the
because the
trigger. I
boys
don't
ain't
think
got
she
no
won't
name,
pull
or
the
they can come to anybody's apartment or anyone and shoot, kill, hurt them. You know, it's sad.
Our crews first on the scene Saturday night counted at least 50 shell casings at the scene. Witnesses who spoke to us off camera say gang activity is frequent in the neighborhood. One witness tells us this shooting may be connected to a previous incident, but the sheriff's office has not confirmed that link. Deputies found 2 victims dead at the scene. Townsend died at the hospital. We reached out to the sheriff's office for an interview, but they declined. Reporting in East Macon, Hunter King, 13 WMAZ News.
The sheriff's office asks anyone with information to call 478-751-7500 or Macon Regional Crime.
Yeah. I don't think she the one who did that. I ain't gonna lie. I think she for sure was involved. Do I think she was there? Yes. Do I think she did it? No. I think she had some people do that. But streets is over, man. They got all these cameras up now. It's 2025. They're working on so many ways to conclude evidence and DNA. Man, best thing to do is get on this legal hustle. Get you some legal money going. Find you a way to get you some bread. Get out the way. Get you a family going. It's the streets ain't in no more, man. That stuff done now. Like, all these cameras, they tracking motherfuckers from leaving their house to doing the crime back to where they go. Like, and then on top of that, even if they don't get you that way, motherfuckers do too much talking, and it's always somebody telling on somebody. Don't nobody want to do nothing alone because they not really trying to do their stuff they on their own. Everybody want to, like, tag somebody else with them. And then when they go down, got somebody to tell on. Like, streets, cause, like, it's pointless, man. The best thing to do is find a legal way, to get some money, get out the way. This shit ain't no more, man. People still out here trying to drill and kill, and then nowadays you got everybody on Instagram Live, and they put it all on live and then get mad and want to call everybody else a snitch when they get locked up. Like, you didn't snitch on yourself. Like, bro, come on, man. Like, you know, I don't know. But y'all be safe. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one, man. I'm out.